Welcome to a review where I'm going to give my thoughts on the Razer Viper. This has been a hard review to record because my opinions on this mouse have changed quite a bit after I decided to reuse it. And there's some aspects I'm still necessarily not sure where I stand, but I think I'm at the point where I can probably make a decent video review. So hope you enjoy it. So the clicks on this mouse, unfortunately these are not a Gen 2 opticals, so I can't necessarily speak for them. But the Gen 1 opticals on this copy, they don't feel great. They sound weird, and there's not like too much tactility. But honestly, after I use it for a while, I didn't mind it. They're actually fairly easy to spam, contrary to what some other people say. Although, yeah. I don't know like how good the click latency is or like how fast they are, but I haven't had any issues, and I think I set my record in one of the like aim lab games. I think it's like the perception game. I think I set my record as a Razer Viper, so just take that as you wish. Um, and the side buttons on this mouse are kind of towards the side. They're pretty good side buttons, but the implementation is not amazing. And the scroll wheel, like the positioning isn't amazing. And the scroll wheel is it's kind of tactile, but also it's not too tactile either. It's okay. Not like the greatest scroll wheel ever, but not a bad one either. So I'd say the buttons on this mouse are relatively solid, but the clicks kind of suck. So yeah. Sensor on this mouse, I believe, is a 3390. It's one of the best sensors on the market, um, and I don't think anyone's gonna have any problems with it. Also, let me give my shape thoughts. So, the shape is, I believe it's based off either like the Zowie FK or it's based off one of the Zowie shapes, pretty close to it. Um, and I like it. It's a little too big for me though, in my opinion. This mouse could be a bit smaller, that'd be nice. So, but that does exist. It's called the Viper MIDI. Yeah, this is a little too big, but yeah. It has nice comfort grooves in the clicks. It's a really comfortable shape for an ambidextrous mouse. I don't think many people are going to have problems with a shape like this. Weight of the mouse is about 70 grams with no holes. Honestly, with me, it for some reason kind of feels heavier in hand um, than that. One thing I do wish Razer could have done is make the weight of this mouse even lighter, but that could require using holes, and I don't think Razer will ever do that. But this mouse is like 70 grams. Unless you use like mice like the MM720 or Skull Mini all day, nobody's gonna have any problems to weight on this mouse. Feet and cable. The feet on this mouse are unfortunately I believe they might have switched them out with like white PTFE feet on later batches, but they're just black Teflon feet. To be fair, I think my mouse is catching on side. I'd say they're better than your average like black Teflon feet, but they're still not amazing. The cable is Razer SpeedFlex, and some people seem to like really like this cable. I think it's kind of honestly a bit stiff for a mouse like this, but it's also not terrible either. Feed and cable could definitely be improved in my opinion. I don't think either of them are bad, but they really could be better, especially on a mouse like this. So that's supposed to cost like $80. And now we can check Synapse for what features mouse support. So if when you install Synapse, you can open it up. You can adjust all these buttons. You can adjust it to whether you want left-hand use or the right-hand use. And the side buttons, I don't forgot what they're binded to by default, but I believe this might be the default. And then you can set it to since DPI from 100 to 1600s in steps of 50, I believe. Yeah, okay. Polling rate there. You can also set the brightness to RGB. You can set it where you want it to be at. So if we just set it to like lime green, let's see what it looks like when it's white. That's pretty solid. A little tinge of red, but that's pretty good for white on RGB, which seems to be something that a lot of mice struggle with. And then you also have like calibration. So let me calibrate my pad, and yeah. I'd say the software in this mouse, Synapse is, I really dislike it, but like, I believe this mouse, oh yeah, this mouse does have mouse memories, but you cannot store macros on the mouse memory because this is like what's supposed to be used for tournaments and stuff. That's the excuse Razer uses. So my conclusion on the Razer Viper would be that, well, I guess let's talk about price. So MSRP wise, this is $80. And for that, I think, at least in today's market, you should not spend that much money on the Razer Viper. You should not spend the $80 on it. It is simply no longer an $80 mouse in terms of value. You don't get like super good cable and feet. You don't get like the greatest, little sensors fine. You don't get like super great click, super great side button. It's not wireless. There's no reason you should pay $80 for this. It's not like ultra lightweight, you know. But this mouse hasn't sold for $80 in quite some time. It sells for around 40. And for that price, it's pretty darn good. You can get this for $40. It's really good. It's one of the best mice in the market at that price, easily. The Razer Viper 8K though still does cost $80, but you also get 8K, which I wouldn't really suggest buying that mouse. I don't think 8K 8,000 hertz is gonna be relevant for an extremely long time. But yeah, the Razer Viper. I don't think this is a. I do not think this is a top tier caliber mouse for $80, but for $40, it's a really good deal. I think it's one of the best mice in the market at that low of a price. But the Viper Mini would also probably work out a bit better for most people. So, yeah. I guess it just depends on what you're looking for.